the main event. Gentlemen.
We are closing in on fight time. Orlando Canizales will defend his IBF Bantamweight Championship against Paul Gonzalez. And there is the champion, 24 years old, out of Laredo, Texas, now living in Houston, Texas. He's the brother of one-time WBA Bantamweight champion Gabby Canizales. As a kid, Orlando carried water buckets and towels for Gabby. Grew up imitating Gabby's style. Says Gabby has been the biggest influence on his boxing career. Canizales and Gonzalez did meet 4 years ago. That bout took place outdoors in the summer heat of Lake Tahoe, with temperatures in the ring reaching 120 degrees. In the third round, Canizales displayed his punching power by flooring Gonzalez with that right hand. Gonzalez scrambled to his feet, took the mandatory 8 count. For the rest of the round, Gonzalez used movement to escape Gonzalez's furious onslaught. The skill Gonzalez exhibited in the final round was representative of the remainder of the bout. And Gonzalez was awarded a unanimous decision. Canizales begrudgingly accepted his only pro defeat, but today he finds himself with a much-awaited opportunity for revenge.
You know, I'm the champion. I want to prove to myself and more than anybody else, and that I can win this fight. And also, I want to prove to the people that I'm a true champion. And that fight, when I lost, it was a fluke, and I want to make myself seen.
Orlando Canizales looking to avenge his only loss, dropping the 12-round decision to Paul Gonzalez. They fought. There is Paul Gonzalez, a product of East LA, a product of hard living during his childhood days. Street gang violence is a way of life for youngsters in the barrio. The Boyle Heights section in East Los Angeles was a 15-minute drive to the sports arena where the boxing venue in the '84 Olympics was located. But for Paul Gonzalez, happy memories on the victory stand with his gold medal was also a reminder of a tragic past.
And when I was up there, I was just reminiscing on the past and also remembering what everyone was telling me, that I was never going to win a gold medal, that I wasn't going to amount to anything in life, but I was going to either be in and out of prison or I'll end up dead.
At the tender age of 11, in the Hazards Park area, Paul Gonzalez took a shotgun blast to the back of the head. But for fear of police involvement, his friends removed the pellets with tweezers. At age 13, in front of his house, following a dispute, a struggle ensued, and Paul was knifed near the heart. Then at age 15, in the back alley of his house, his favorite cousin died in his arms after a gang fight. That's when he knew it was time to move on. Role models were few in his life, but his mother... Welcome back to El Paso, the champion. Orlando Canizales has made his way to the ring. Now, in the rematch, what does Canizales have to do to beat Gonzalez?
He's got a tough task here. He's got to cut off the ring on him. That's the main thing. He's got to try to get enough distance so that he can effectively punch to the body and slow down Paul Gonzalez, or else we're going to see a track meet here. Paul Gonzalez can box very well, and he knows how to get away from heavy punching. So cut the ring, punch to the body. That's the formula for victory for Canizales.
All right, and they are ready in the ring. Let's go up to Bob Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the beautiful Sun City of El Paso, Texas. Today's main event being promoted by the Houston Boxing Association promoter Josephine Abercrombie. 12 rounds of boxing for the International Boxing Federation Bantamweight Championship of the World. Supervising for the IBF at ringside, Mr. Mike Cusimano of New Orleans. The judges are Bob Martin of Texas, Fritz Warner of California, and Gerald Molt of Arizona. Time to get it on. In the red corner, weighing in at 117 pounds, with a record of 14 wins and 1 loss, 3 knockouts, from Montebello, California, in black trunks with a gold name, ranked 10th in the world, Paul Gonzalez! And in the blue corner, weighing 118 pounds with a record of 24, 1-1, 20 knockouts, from Laredo, Texas, in the blue trunks with white stripes, the current IBF Bantamweight Champion of the World, Orlando Canizales. Gonzalez. The referee for today's fight, Mr. Barry Yates.
So Barry Yates running down the pre-fight instructions. Paul Gonzalez at 5'9", 117 pounds, so he has 5 inches in height on Orlando Canizales and 8 inches in reach. IBF rules for this championship bout. Scoring on the 10-point must system. There's a mandatory 8 count in effect. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. 3 judges score the bout, and the fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And Canizales right on top of Gonzalez to get things going.
Well, he did not wait. He took the advice that we tendered. Cut the ring, go in after him. Boy, he has come in 100 miles an hour. And Gonzalez looks a little bewildered, as if to say, wait a minute, give me time. He's already got a cut. It looks, Gonzalez has a cut right on his eyelid. The blood dribbling out his eye. Timeout, and he's calling the doctor. He's calling the doctor. I think it's in the eyelid. I don't think it's that bad right now, but blood is streaming down the side of his face.
Well, the referee, Barry Yates, wants it checked over by the ringside physician. And they will continue. We are early on, first round, and Gonzalez suffering the cut. And Canizales maintains the fast tempo.
He's got to stay right on top of him. That cut is going to bleed a lot. He's lucky they brought in Chuck Bodak, a good cut man, to take care of cuts. He's going to have to work very hard in the corner so that the doctor does not stop this.
But he has to reach the corner at the end of this first round.
Canizales is on fire. He's a rocket.
Canizales may be the best puncher in the bantamweight division. Throws that hard left hook to the body and head. His best punch is a right hand over the left jab. His most recent fight, late April in Dallas, he stopped Jesus Pantia in 6 rounds. He did have some problems, though, in London last January. Won a 12-round split decision over Billy Hardy, but had a very difficult time. In fact, Canizales had both his eyes closed by Hardy and may have been fortunate to come away with the decision.
He's not having that trouble with his eyes the first round. It's his opponent, Paul Gonzalez, who has major trouble with his left eye, which continues to stream blood as Canizales does not let up on his attack.
And as we mentioned earlier, punching power, the major question mark concerning Paul Gonzalez. In effect, it's not a question. He has only 3 knockouts in 15 professional bouts. His chin, though, is a question mark. Plus, Gonzalez has not fought the level of competition that Canizales has, and he was put down in that previous meeting by Canizales.
Right now, it's his eye that's the problem, not his chin or anything else, and it is covered the side of his face with blood. As Canizales will not give him any rest. This is a wicked first round as Canizales goes right after Paul Gonzalez.
And Canizales with the right hand is taking aim at that left eye. We're final seconds, round 1. And we'll stay right here. Let's listen in on the corner of Paul Gonzalez.
Chuck Bodak, the cut man for Paez, was brought in specially for this occasion today. It's a good thing they did. The doctor's right over. He's got head swell there, and he's pressing against the eye, trying to stop the bleeder. Let's hear what they're saying.
I know. Was that a headbutt? Hey, they didn't call that damn thing, okay? Oh, keep that jab. Get a little lower with that right hand. He wants to throw that right hand over that jab, okay? Paul, just drop under and bring him up. Come back with a hook, Paul. Work the body of this round. He's fucking gasping for air already, okay? You stay composed. Keep that jab popping, but a little lower with that head. He wants to wind up right hand over it, okay? Keep it doubling up, and stop the right every time. When he gets inside, keep moving. Don't blow your nose.
Coming out of those series of combinations is what caused the cut that you saw. A very nasty cut. Let's see what kind of job Chuck Bodak did on the cuts.
And we heard the advice from Albert Davila in the corner. Paul Gonzalez, Davila, one-time bantamweight champion. This is round 2. Paul Gonzalez in the immediate trouble again. The blood is flowing from the left eye. Now, if this bout is stopped before the 3rd round because of the cut, the fight would be ruled a technical draw, and again they'll check the eye. Timeout taken.
The doctor had warned him, if it starts to bleed, call me over. He had said that to the referee, and he is following instructions, and it's going to be stopped.
I should say if the fight is stopped by an accidental butt, but apparently they have ruled that it was not accidental, and the fight has been stopped. As you can see, Paul Gonzalez is very upset. It is all over, and Orlando Canizales has successfully defended his IBF bantamweight title. The early stoppage because of that cut around the left eye of Paul Gonzalez. The crowd not appreciative of the early stoppage. They, of course, wanted to see additional action. And you can hear the reaction from the crowd. And that is Chuck Bodak trying to stop the blood around the eye of Paul Gonzalez. So another disappointment in the frustrating boxing career of Paul Gonzalez. Orlando Canizales successfully defending his title and avenging his only defeat, that back in July of 1986 when he dropped a 12-round decision to Gonzalez in Lake Tahoe. And that particular fight, he did put Gonzalez down in the 3rd round. Since that loss, he's won 13 in a row, 11 by knockout. Orlando Canizales won the IBF bantamweight crown in July of 1988 by stopping Kelvin Seabrooks in the 15th round. This is 4th title defense. And the fight doctor is alongside Paul Gonzalez. Let's go to Ferdy.
Tough break, but what caused that?
Well, when I was coming in, I know he was coming in after me, and I had a wet top for his head. I got caught with a headbutt, and even though he was throwing the shots, you know, it's kind of a hard decision to make. I mean, the guy caught me with a headbutt. The referee probably didn't see it, or maybe he did. I don't know.
What would the decision be as far as you're concerned? What should it be?
I think it should be a no contest, and we should do it again. We can do it right now, Ferdy. I am ready, doctor. I mean, I waited and worked so hard for this. I don't understand it.
Did you expect the attack to be so fierce and so fast?
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I kind of assumed that he was going to come right at me, but I didn't think he was going to come out that fast. And then we're fighting in a bull ring in that sense, you know, because the ring is small, more to his advantage. But it didn't matter to me. I came here to do one thing, win the title.
All right, let's take a look at it on our monitors if we can, and let's look and see where the headbutt was caused. Now, it appeared to be he was chasing you, and there was an awful lot of punches. See, right there is where the headbutt started.
He came right on in. As a matter of fact, I didn't even feel it. My mind was so in tune to the fight. But then I saw blood running down my face. I couldn't see.
All right, Albert Davila, a champion. You have trained him. What do you think the result should be at the end of this fight? What should the decision be?
Well, the rules is it should be a technical draw or no decision if it happens before 3 rounds. So I'm looking for the attorney. He's got the rules here.
So, once again, no one knows exactly what the rules are. We're waiting for the official decision, and we go back to Marv Albert at ringside.
Well, Ferdy, as the referee, Barry Yates, indicated the stoppage, I was saying that if the bout is stopped before the 3rd round, the fight would be a technical draw via an accidental butt. Now, the announcement just moments ago was that Orlando Canizales had won the fight. Now we're told, and I did some checking around while Ferdy was conducting his interview, that the Texas Commission and the IBF people want to check the tape of the bout, which is hard to understand why suddenly bring replay into the situation when it's not in the rules. They want to check the first round to see if there was an accidental butt. Because if it is an accidental butt and if the fight is stopped before the third round, then the fight is ruled a technical draw. And I'm told that the commission officials are now huddling at ringside to make a decision. In effect, they can strip the W from Canizales. Meanwhile, let's go back to Ferdy, who is with Orlando Canizales.
Did you think the fight should have been stopped with that cut?
Well, I think, I was going to stop him anyway in the later rounds because he was hurt and he was trying to hold back. I knew he was hurt.
What caused the cut?
Well, I think it was a short overhand right. I was hitting with a good shots. That was no hit, but he was complaining it was a hit, but it shouldn't be stopped. But, I was going to stop him anyways, and, it was a clean shot.
Well, with this unsatisfactory end of this, nobody can quite make up their mind what it should be. Should it be a technical draw? Should it be this? They're still kind of discussing it right now. Would you be willing to go right back with him again?
Oh, yes. I'll give him a rematch anytime. I'm confident I'm going to win, and next time I'll knock him out, and there won't be any discussion about that.
All right, thank you very much. And now back to Marv Albert at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, we're going to take another look at some of the action in the first round. Now, let's see if that is a butt. Tough to tell from this angle. I saw the shoulder get in. If it is an accidental butt, and well, that's a tough one to call, but if it is an accidental butt, they could change the decision and make it a technical draw. They are still huddling on that decision. Right now, though, let's go from El Paso to our studios in New York. Here's Gail Gardner.
All right, Marv, thank you very much. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we were going to take a special look at a man who trains the IBF Junior Light.